Over the years, people have found downright crazy things in Minecraft, from giant cacti to seeds with no end islands. But have you ever wondered what the limits of Minecraft world generation are? By that I mean occurrences that are theoretically possible to naturally generate, but are so incredibly rare that they'll most likely never be found. So, let's start with the rarest tree. In October of 2021, a Discord user by the name of Encolier made an interesting discovery. He analyzed the code for fungus trees in the Nether, and he found that it's possible for every single block on the tree to be a shroom light. Most fungus trees already do have shroom lights on them, but it gets exponentially less likely that more shroom lights will generate on the same tree. According to Encolier, this tree is theoretically possible to randomly generate in Minecraft, but it's so rare that even the most experienced seed finders don't seriously believe that it can be found. The reason is, this tree has a 1 out of 1.19 times 10 to the power of 468 chance of generating. That means that you have a 0.468 zeros 516 chance of randomly finding this in your world. And what's insane is, there aren't even enough seeds in Minecraft for this to have a feasible chance of existing. For reference, the number of atoms in the observable universe is estimated to be about 10 to the power of 80. So there are literally less atoms in the universe than the chances of this tree generating. But despite this, it's impossible to truly know whether this tree exists or not, as you'd need to search through quintillions of seeds to make sure. But the only thing for certain is that this tree pushes Minecraft's world generation to its very limits. But what if I told you there's a chance for something even rarer to happen in Minecraft? We all know that there's a 1 in a trillion chance for an end portal to be naturally completed, and seed finders have found many such seeds over the last few years. But every Minecraft world has 128 end portals, so theoretically it is possible for every single one of those portals to be fully completed on a single world. But the chance of this occurring is a 1 out of 10 to the power of 1536 chance. This is so rare that it makes even the rarest tree look common. And keep in mind that no one's even found a seed with 2 completed end portals in the same world, let alone 128 completed portals. So while it's theoretically possible for a world like that to exist, the chances of it happening are rarer than anything that's ever happened in human history. But again, we can't even confirm whether a world like that exists or not due to the sheer number of seeds across every Minecraft version. But it is theoretically possible. Now let's move on to the next limit of world generation, which is the highest naturally generated point in Minecraft. On the surface, this may seem simple. Minecraft worlds are 320 blocks tall from ground level, so you're probably thinking that the highest place in Minecraft is a mountain that generates up to that height. But there's something interesting about this limit. While you can build up to 320 blocks, for some reason Minecraft's natural terrain generation can only reach up to the old 256 block limit. That means that the highest natural point in Minecraft should be a mountain that reaches 256 blocks, right? Well, some seed finders have managed to find seeds with natural terrain that goes over that limit, but the chance of this happening is incredibly slim. One way this can happen is if a structure generates at Y256. For example, a seed finder called M33 Galaxy found this seed, which has a pillager outpost that generated at Y256, so its height reaches Y276. This is currently the highest natural point that's ever been discovered in Minecraft. However, this can be even taller, with jungle trees and mansions, which might be able to reach to Y290. However, another seed finder called Damduck found a theoretical way for natural terrain to reach up to 300 or even 310 blocks in vanilla Minecraft. The only way that this can ever happen is through an extremely tiny chance for the biggest ice spike possible to generate at Y256. However, the chance for an ice spike's biome to generate at such extreme heights is almost impossible, and on top of that, you'd need the perfect placement of a giant ice spike as well. The closest Damducks come to finding a seed like this is this one, with a small ice spike that reaches to Y256. Also, it's not exactly known how tall ice spikes can generate to, but the tallest ones have been recorded at over 50 blocks in height. So this theoretical scenario is the only way that natural terrain generation can ever reach over Y300 in Minecraft. No one knows exactly how rare this occurrence is, but seeing as seed finders haven't been able to find it, it may be too rare to exist. Now, the next limit of Minecraft is the tallest sugarcane that can exist. Now, we all know that sugarcane can naturally generate up to 4 blocks tall on Java Edition and 5 blocks on Bedrock, but I'm only going to be talking about Java. I mentioned this a long time ago in a video, but despite sugarcane being able to naturally generate to 4 blocks tall, strangely, the Minecraft wiki says that sugarcane can actually generate up to any number of blocks tall. But nowhere online has anybody ever found a sugarcane taller than 4 blocks on Java Edition, and there's a good reason for that. The chances of a sugarcane growing taller than 4 blocks is so unlikely and complicated that even seed finders haven't bothered to search for it. For comparison, people have randomly found 7 and 8 block tall cacti cacti in their worlds without searching for them. But no one in history has ever reported an abnormally tall sugarcane in their world, besides online rumors and fake seeds. So how do we know that sugarcane can generate more than 4 blocks high? Well, in May of 2023, a person called the Master Caver analyzed the code for sugarcane generation and posted his findings to the Minecraft forums. What he found was that the game always checks whether a valid block can generate sugarcane next to water. These valid blocks include sand and dirt, but what's interesting is that sugarcane can actually generate on top of sugarcane, but only if there's water right next to it. Previously, I talked about how this could be possible to happen next to a waterfall, and many people told me sugarcane can't naturally generate next to flowing water. So initially, I thought this may be impossible, but after doing some more research, I found that there's still an extremely rare way that this can happen. But there's some information we need to know about sugarcanes first. Firstly, sugarcanes have a 6 times higher chance of generating in desert biomes, so that would be the ideal place to find this. And secondly, sugarcanes don't get broken in water, which is important. So what you'd need for this to happen is 2 bodies of water that are on different Y levels and an extremely tiny chance for a sugarcane to grow in between them. And then the top of that sugarcane must be right next to a water source block. I searched for a few hours in a desert only world to confirm these conditions are possible, and I managed to find an instance of a sugarcane growing near 2 bodies of water. You can see how the sugarcane isn't actually destroyed by the flowing water, which proves that this concept is possible. By the way, even finding this single sugarcane next to these different water levels was extremely rare, and it took about 3 hours of searching. So imagine the chances for a sugarcane to be in the perfect position and then have another one grow on top of it. You can see why no seed finder has ever attempted to find this, but it is theoretically possible. What's interesting is that despite no one in history finding a tall sugarcane, this is still more feasible to find than any of the other occurrences in this video. But if we're talking about 3 or more sugarcanes stacking to make a 12 block sugarcane, the chances of that occurring would be so exponentially unlikely that it's possibly just as rare as everything else in this video. But who knows, maybe one day people will try and find this. But for now, tall sugarcane will remain as urban legends on the internet. Despite everything so far being almost impossibly rare, they're all everyday occurrences compared to this next one. This is arguably the craziest limit of Minecraft's world generation, and that's generating a world that's only a single biome. And I'm not talking about the single biome option, but rather a world that by chance happened to generate a giant biome that stretches 60 million blocks across the whole world. Now the chances of this are so rare that it borders on impossible, and there are actually different levels to this. Firstly would be the chances of a common biome like a forest filling the entire world, but what would be the chance of an extremely rare biome like the Mushroom Island to be as big as a Minecraft world? Well, DamnDuck did the calculations, and generating a world that's only a mushroom island is this number, which is already incomprehensible, and his computer even crashed when calculating it because he accidentally set it to give the full number rather than the scientific notation. But then I also asked him what the chances would be for the whole world to be a modified jungle edge biome, which was once the rarest biome that only covered 1/1,000,000th of the overworld. The theoretical chances of a world being only a modified jungle edge is a 1 times 10 to the power of 21 quadrillion 600 trillion. What that means is that this is a 1 out of 10 chance with 21 quadrillion 600 trillion zeros on the end. If you were to try and read out the percentage of this with all its zeros, like saying 0.00% chance, assuming each zero took you a second to read, it would take you about 685 million years to read the full percentage of this happening. So this event is so unlikely to happen that even reading out the chances is beyond human comprehension. So at this point, this number is more of a conceptual idea rather than an actual possibility. If you can think of anything rarer that can happen in Minecraft, feel free to join the Discord in the description and let me know about it. And I'll see you all next time. Bye!